This is the February tarot reading for Aquarius, for Aquarius, Aquarius. Hi Aquarius, I'm Desi. This is my channel, Starchaeology Tarot. These are my tarot cards. This is my soup. I'm done with this. It is an honor and a privilege, and frankly a joy, to get to connect with you in this way. If you have liked or subscribed, I have one thing to say to you. I love you. It means so much to me as I'm in the early stages still of building this community. Guys, I want this community to be so good. And it's already, like, the trend is so positive because you're here and you're so good. And I don't know, I'm happy. I'm just happy. Do you have a desire you would like to inquire about? Do you have an intention you would like to set? Do you have a question you want to ask? Now is the time to do it as I tune in with spirit. Some of this is going to resonate with you, some of it won't, and that's okay. It's just meant for another Aquarius. I know this is insane, but all of you are not the same person. If you want a more comprehensive reflection of your month of February, feel free to watch the videos for your other placements. Your rising sign, your moon, your Venus. This one is good for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. But yes, check out other videos if you want to, like, you know, put together the puzzle that is you. You're unique and cool. On that note, let's see what February is all about for you, Aquarius. Aquarius, there is an ending that is happening for you in February. It is an ending that you may not have seen coming. It might feel like it is out of nowhere, but it is actually a natural ending, despite how it might feel. It is not only a natural ending, it is a necessary and destined ending. This death card is launching, and this flew out while I was shuffling. This death card is launching your February for you as being a month of transformation. It is, I mean, how beautiful to have these two cards. What's the word I'm looking for? Beginning and end of this spread. Sandwiching this Ten of Swords in the middle. It's like saying, hey, there's this ending that's coming, and the death card is all about transformation. There's rebirth already written into the woven into the meaning of the death card. But to have the card of creation, the card of abundance, the card of abundance, how did I say that? The card of abundance, the card of new things blossoming. You know, spring. This is springtime, this is winter. It's further affirmation that the things that are ending are not really so much about the ending. They're more about what's beginning. And there is such a great beginning happening for you in February, by the end of February, that wouldn't be able to happen without this ending happening first. The ending is crucial to making space for new blossoms. Destruction is crucial to creation. I think some of you might be becoming parents in February. Some of you might be literally getting pregnant in February. Some of you, I think, are giving birth to something else, which is a passion project of yours, something that now finally deserves to come to fruition, or even something that you've planted, that you've been tending to for a long time, and now that project is bearing fruit. Yeah, I think many of you, this is a project that that's been in the pipeline for you for a very long time. You have been working tirelessly at this with your head down, just devoted, non-questioning loyalty to this goal of yours. And now that is finally going to be rewarding you with abundance that maybe you haven't even been really thinking about, because you've been so focused on the act of creating. You've been so focused on the act of doing, the craft itself. A lot about motherhood here in the Empress. You are really giving birth to something. But whatever you are giving birth to, it so depends on another death, something dying, something dying to make room for what is being born. For some of you, Aquarius, I think that this ending is largely mental, because this is a 10 of Swords we have in the middle here, you know, and it's sandwiched by these two huge major arcana cards. That tells me that the spotlight here for some of you is an ending to a belief that you had, an ending to a way of thinking. And I want to say it's about yourself. It's about how you thought about yourself or your work, or what you are capable of creating as a human being, as an artist, as a business person. That belief has needed to go. That belief has reached its final end. That thought process has finished its last cycle. And now you're in a place where you're like, I want that to stay dead. I don't want to revive these thoughts. And you ultimately are the one who chooses whether to revive those thoughts. It doesn't mean that the thoughts don't come back. They may, especially if they've been a pattern in your life, thinking these thoughts. We don't think about thoughts as patterns, but that is what our brains are made up of, is thought patterns. And it might not change overnight in February for you. The difference is your response to it. The difference is, when you have a thought, do you say, does it still rule you the way it has up until this point? Or do you have the thought and then you're able to just go, no, I don't agree with that one thought that I had. It's not me doing the thinking. It's my brain. It's a default, a product of my conditioning, my experience, my feelings. So this puts you in the driver's seat as the creator, in your own life, Aquarius, and you have this choice in February to face these thoughts, to face this maybe long-held belief or belief system that you've had. And when it rears its ugly head, you decide, I'm not going to actually engage with that at all. I'm not going to affirm that thought by acting on it, by letting it affect how I behave, how I conduct myself. It's not worth my attention. So I'm going to ignore it because it means nothing. And then it's by doing that stays dead, that you end a cycle. And then you make space for new thoughts to take the place of those old ones. For some of you, this is a death of a mentality that's like kind of an addiction to drama or hysteria. It only takes one sword to kill someone. This is 10 in your back. Sometimes this card has to do with feeling such a reaction to the problems, that the reaction to the problems is much worse than the problems themselves. This is a death of your reactions. This is a death of how you perceive obstacle, how you perceive problems, so that you come to it more as constant creator, seeing problems as opportunities to then create something new rather than seeing them as reasons to shut down or reasons to mourn and suffer. Reasons to suffer. Whatever situation you're in, especially if it's about your work, Aquarius, it is not as bad as it might have looked to you up until this point. And you are coming into this new awareness of how abundant you are, of how powerful you are. You don't need to keep telling yourself this story. You don't need to be living in this gloom. Your life isn't what's over. The belief that your life is over is what can be over right now. Because that's when you recognize that you are in a constant state of creation. Once you realize that you are creating every moment, then there's no space to focus on anything being over, because nothing is ever over. Even death as the final word is not over. It's funny how we're quick to say, just because we're uncertain what happens when you die, just because we face a mystery, we're so quick to assume it's nothing, or to assume it's bad over something absolutely incredible and miraculous. While the priestess, the high priestess, symbolizes the mental side of the female archetype, the empress is pure emotion. So all of the emotion that has come from mental stories, mental thoughts that you are telling yourself, it's time to let those things really end, so that then you can pay attention to the complex system of emotions that you are beyond just the hysteria, the suffering, the pain, beyond the negative stories, beyond the my life is over stories. It's a lack of understanding of your physical world. Understanding your physical world, part of that is through, I mean, this is not a new idea, but that enlightenment comes through sensuality, through really sensually experiencing our existence, sensually experiencing this world, being passionate about what is right before our eyes. That's the only way that we then transcend it. That's the only way that we then see the unseen. It's only through passion rather than from intellect. This is the death of intellect for you. This is the death of thinking. Stop thinking and start feeling. Because you are now opening yourself to wisdom, to knowing that comes from feeling, not from thinking. That's what's happening to you in February. And this very well may, that's what's happening to you in February. And this very well may be regarding your work, regarding your career, regarding your path, whatever you are working hard towards. How much are you thinking your way there, and how much are you feeling your way there? This is really cool, Aquarius, and if there's anything else I have to say about it, it's just let die what needs to die this month. Death is a blessing to you this month. This ending is a blessing to you. Embrace it, accept it, and let it last. Let it be a permanent ending. Because what comes after a permanent ending, and only a permanent one, has the ability to completely wow you. in what you are capable of creating. I'm rooting for you in February, Aquarius. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. I will be the Empress if you do, and I will feel so many emotions, deep emotions. So please make that happen for me if you want to. If you don't, it's chill. I still love you. That's the thing. That's the crazy thing about unconditional love. Okay, happy February, and I'll see you next time.